today we are doing lesson 6.3b, which is solving multi-step inequalities. To begin with, we're going to start with a couple two-step, and then we'll get into some more challenging ones. So first, remember, solving an inequality is just like solving an equation. Whatever we do to one side, we need to do to the other. And reminder, we're undoing our order of operations, getting rid of adding and subtracting first, then multiplication and division. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. That gives us x divided by 4 is less than 10. And then to get rid of division, the opposite of division is multiplication. So we're going to multiply by 4. 4 over 4 makes 1, so we have 1x, or just x, is less than 40. So on our number line, we can put 40. We can put a couple numbers on either side. And this circle, remember, if we have less than or greater than, we have an open circle. If we have the equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, it will be a closed circle. Because of that equal to, meaning it could be exactly at that number. And this one, less than, is to the left. Less than 40 would be towards 39. All right, next two-step. This one we need to combine our like terms as our first step. We have a negative 5j and a positive 7j. There are more positives. There's 2 more positives. 7 minus 5 is 2. 2j is greater than or equal to negative 16. And then we need to divide by 2 on both sides. That gives us j is greater than or equal to a negative 8. So when we graph this, negative 8 is here. 0 would be off to the right somewhere, so we go down to 0. The number is 8, 7. And then going to the left, more negative. This one we have a closed circle because of that equal to, filled in circle. And greater than would be to the right, towards 0, positives. So these next couple we need to solve. This first one is something that you can solve in a variety of ways. Now the first way is you could distribute, multiplying by both, or since you know negative 4 is multiplied by that whole set in parentheses, you could just divide by negative 4 on both sides to get rid of that negative 4. That's what I'm going to do, but if you want to distribute, you will get the same answer. I'll solve that down below here as well. So we divided by a negative, so we need to flip our symbol. So we have c plus 2. And then negative 56 divided by negative 4 is going to make a positive 14. And then subtract 2 on each side. We get c is less than 12. So open circle pointing to the left, because we have the less than to the left. If you distributed that one, you got negative 4c, and negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. If we solved it this way, up here, same problem, we would have added 8 first. So we have negative 4c is greater than negative 48. And then we would have divided by negative 4, which means we flip our symbol, and we would end up with c, flipping the symbol, and then makes a positive 12. We get the same answer no matter which way we solve it. All right, next. This one we have variables on both sides, so a little bit more complicated. We need to move all of our variables to the same side. I always like to move the variable that's smaller. There's only 2w here, so we keep our w positive. So I'm going to subtract 2w, and 6w minus 2w is 4w, and then we have plus 3 is less than 15. And now this is just a two-step equation. Move our numbers all to the same side. We subtract 3. You could have subtracted 3 to begin with. That's fine. We have 4w is less than 12. And then divide by 4 on both sides. We get w is less than 3. I know I'm going a little bit quick, but feel free to pause the video if you have questions. So 2, 3, 4 on the number line. This is going to be an open circle. There's no equal to, pointing to the left. Less than 3, be towards 2. Or put a line in there, we're pointing to the left. Let's flip over to the other side. Same thing here. We have letters on both sides. We have 5y and just y. It's really a 1y. So if we solve this, I'm going to move the smaller one over to the other side. I'm going to subtract 1y. Because this is a positive, that's why I'm subtracting. And I have negative 14 plus now 4y is greater than or equal to 4. And now we need to move our numbers, add 14 to both sides. I want this y by itself, that's why I'm moving the 14. 4y is greater than or equal to 14 and 4 more, which should give us 18. And then divide by 4. We get y is greater than or equal to, this one's not going to be a very nice number, it gives us 4.5. So if you want to put 4 over here and 5 over here, that's fine. If you want to go by 0.1s and go 4.4, 4.5, 4.6, that's fine. It doesn't really matter as long as there's a bigger number on this side and a smaller number on that side. This one has a closed circle equal to, and we have the greater than symbol to the right. 4.6 is greater than 4.5. All right. This next one we cannot divide by 3 because we're going to have to combine some like terms. So I am going to distribute this one. We have 3 times w is 3w. 3 times 12 is 36. Just copy the rest. So now we can combine our like terms. 3w plus 3w is 6w. And now the opposite of adding 36 is just a two-step equation now. Subtract 36, getting rid of our numbers. We have 6w is less than or equal to now 12. And then our last step, the opposite of multiplying by 6, is dividing by 6. So we end up with w is less than or equal to 2. So we have 2. Just do 1, 2, 3. Open or close circle. This one has the equal to. That means closed or filled in. And then less than, like an L to the left. Less than 2 is 1. 0, negative 1. Alright, these last two are a little bit complicated. It looks like a lot when you just look at this. I'm going to only look at 1/2 at a time. So I'm going to combine what I can on each side first. So for example, negative 4x and positive 2x. Well, there's more negatives. It's negative 2x plus 8. And on this side we have 3x plus 5x, which is all positives, 8x. Now we can move our numbers and letters from side to side. I'm going to move the smaller one over to the other side. So I'm going to add 2x just to keep everything positive.